Hey guys and girls, it's Monster from Embedded NextGen, and we're gonna do a reaction video to this. So Starfield is Doom video from Treyllo. I
About
think
the
his name is
two
Treyllo.
big
And we haven't done a reaction video in a while, so this is gonna be a good one. I think this fits the latest updates content on my channel as well. So let's see
let's
what
think about
this
the
dude is saying about Starfield.
let's think about the two biggest space games we have in our lives. No Man's Sky and Star Citizen, right? And what do both of these games have in common besides being in space? They were both dog shit for the first 5 years of their release. And now they're trying to sell me Skyrim in space.
So yeah, what is the problem here? It's another studio, another company, it's another world, it's a totally different game. So I don't get it. Why is it automatically a bad game for you now?
Literally, that's what the founder called it himself. Made by Bethesda, by the way, who hasn't been able to release a successful product in over 10 years.
Yeah, that's a lie, man. They just released Hi-Fi Rush and they released the Elder Scroll Online before that. They have released all the Wolfenstein series games. They have released a lot of games, Fallout 4. So one bad game doesn't make the whole studio bad. That's unfair, man. That's really unfair.
So if you're blindly hyped for this game, you've been bamboozled, tricked, skanked. But guess what? You came to this video. You're in a safe place now. I will save you. By showing you how Skyrim in space, also known as
Please save me from one of the best games ever made, maybe the best game this generation.
Starfield, is completely doomed. Let's get into it. Now,
Starfield is already doomed, bro. You haven't even played the game yet. At least give the game a chance on the launch day, or get some early access, and then do your reaction video to that. But this game is huge. It has 6 major cities. It's open universe. It has redefined the open world genre. Even it's now called open universe. So man, just give the game a chance at least before you trash it.
before I even get into the various reasons why Starfield is more doomed than your local GameStop, let me first lay out the primary reason that I'm worried. It seems the developers don't really know what the fans are looking for in this new IP.
Really, dude, the developer, in this case Todd Howard, who has made so many open world games, and they were commercial successes, and have been rated 10 out of 10s. Those games are all made by Todd Howard, directed by Todd Howard, and Bethesda has just released so many great games. You don't think the developer knows what gamers want? In this case, Starfield.
Key. For example, just a small feature, Todd Howard confirmed that there will be no seamless ground to space flight. That basically means if you're on the planet's surface and you fly up into the air, there will be a loading cutscene before you're able to get to space, making the transition a lot less smooth.
But to be honest, that's not a great problem to me. That's not a major problem. I played Mass Effect 1 and 2 and had no problem with that. I think it's even cool. But uh, let's check this from the developer's perspective. If gamers don't want something like this or don't think it's that important, do you think they put in the extra effort to create more than 1,000 unique cutscenes? This game has more than 1,000 planets, and you're gonna be downloading like 50 terabytes of data after the launch. It's gonna be unnecessary huge, man.
Okay, right? I mean, that's not the end of the
Doesn't make
world.
any
It's not that
sense.
catastrophic. That's one feature. It's Todd Howard's explanation for why it's not in the game that scares me. He said this feature is not important enough to the player to justify it being engineered into the game.
Yeah, like I said, man, exactly what I think about. I'm a Starfield fan already. Can't wait for this game. I bought the premium edition, early access, and I don't really care about this game having seamless transitions from space to the planets, and it's unnecessary, man. The game is gonna be so huge. You have to download maybe 15 updates for all the planets. I don't know. I don't think it's
Basically
necessary.
saying that the development time for it isn't fucking worth it. And I don't believe that statement is true at all. I think it's pretty important for an open world exploration game with
No, man. Have you played open world exploration games? For me, same as Fallout 3. The world itself and the people and the conversations and the side missions, uh, those things are a lot more important to me than having a cutscene here or there. And in this case, they have to repeat those cutscenes, make it unique for more than 1,000 planets, and that's gonna take a lot of disk space.
over 1,000 planets to have this seamless ground to space feature. But clearly he doesn't see it that way. And that makes me question, what else doesn't he see that way? What else does Starfield think isn't important when it really is?
Well, to me, these dinosaurs are a lot more important, man. These dinosaurs are nice.
I want you to think about that as we go on through this video. Now, we all remember when No Man's Sky first came out, and it was a complete fucking lie. I still think it's funny to this day how they literally said, yeah, the game's gonna have multiplayer, and it just didn't. I mean, like, how do you get away with shit like that? But anyway, No Man's Sky advertised millions of planets to explore, endless possibilities on all of them. And on paper, that sounded really cool. The galaxy was fucking infinite. I mean, that's dope. But that fun lasted for about 29 seconds.
29 seconds. Yo, this game is huge. This game has infinite amount of planets. So you just played it for 29 seconds. Man, I'm not even a No Man's Sky fan, but I played it in one live stream for about 2 hours, 3 hours. 29 seconds. Come on. I know. I agree. The game doesn't have a lot of story. You have to explore the world yourself. That's the whole point of the game. But 29 seconds?
People quickly realized that the planets, despite being named different things, were all just reshades of the same shit. Somehow, this game being so full of planets
Well, if the game has infinite amount of planets and moons you can explore, asteroids and whatnot, and you can't expect it to be uh, like real life and every planet having the same amount of graphics and textures, quality textures as the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo of Matrix Awakens. Come on, dude. You gotta be fair here to the developer. Even though I don't like that game in general, but you gotta be fair.
made it so empty. And that was a big problem people had with that game. So Starfield, it has 1,000 planets. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot better than a million, but that's still just too many to
That's the whole purpose. Yeah, Todd Howard said this, mentioned this in an interview, and he said, yeah, if we have a billion planets, that's gonna downgrade the quality overall. So this is the whole reason, man.
justify having. I just don't get why they won't focus on 100
Why is it then still a bad thing? You don't want 1 billion planets, and now you don't want 1,000 planets.
20 planets. Really craft those planets, add specialties to all of them. That would make the game
But that's the whole purpose of Starfield, man. The Starfield does have these six major cities, and among them, New Atlantis, and the planets you explore with these cities, they do have a lot of life, a lot of living creatures, humans, and aliens, whatever side missions. So it's a lot better than No Man's Sky. So why is this still a bad thing? Are you just complaining to complain?
feel perfectly huge while also being purposeful. Listen, when most people buy this game, you are not going to explore more than 45 planets. The average player, nevertheless 200, 300. So why not make it 100 planets that when someone goes there, it's special?
So you're now trashing the game because Todd Howard is ambitious here. I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
And not some procedurally generated shit. Not only that, but the planet exploration
But it's not, man. You have to watch the interviews. There's a lot of interviews. They're doing video documentaries of these of the game development, and Todd is using a new engine. So the planets do have a lot better textures than you think.
is weak, man. No rovers. No rovers. In fact,
But this is the thing. I was this I do agree on with him in this regard. I think it's a bad thing that we don't have vehicles and rovers and things like that. But there's another thing. This game will support mods, 100% support of mods. So that's on PC, and on the Xbox Series X and S version, you do have spaceship customization and creation and things like that. You can build your own base. So I'm pretty much sure that you can create a rover yourself or a vehicle yourself, man. So that's not even a problem.
No vehicles at all. There's no ground transportation at all in this game. You are going to be walking everywhere on foot. I guess the rumors are true, but that
I don't think that's true, but like I said, even if it's true, this issue will be solved by mods and by customization, the by the things you can do create in the game. So it's not gonna be a major problem.
Bethesda doesn't know how to code fucking vehicles. Never in any of their games have they made you drive a car. So
Yeah, but man, if you look at some of the games that they have made, does it make sense for Skyrim, the Scrolls Oblivion, or Skyrim? Does it make sense to have vehicles, cars, and motors? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Or speedboats in ancient history, or in the case of Fallout, has been a nuclear war, man. The whole world has been destroyed, so you can't even find fuel in the story of this game most of the time. So it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, go on and complain about it.
no ground transportation. There are rumors that on each specific planet, there are boundaries as to what you can explore. So it's not just an infinite planet surface that you can walk around on forever. There are limits to the directions that you can go. You add the fact to that there's no seamless ground to space transitions, the exploration is already going to be super fucking choppy. One of the main parts of the game is exploration. That's the main reason you're fucking buying this game. Yet they are even limiting that. So immediately, I'm not even done with the fucking video. There are red flags here everywhere.
Yeah, I guess this dude is fresh in the game without even playing it. What a joke, man! What a
Now
joke.
listen, this combat, it's actually embarrassing how they released this to the public. Now I'm picky, all right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm picky. You look at my channel for 5 seconds, all right? I'm fucking picky, all right? But I've been around for some time now. In this combat that they're showing me, it looks like a fucking Roblox summer intern's first coding project. Who are they fooling here? The guns have
Dude, but this is just one gun, and I do agree it's not the best gun they have showcased in this game, but this game is huge, and you have one of the factions is mostly uh, built around warfare and creating guns and weapons, things of that nature. And you have weapon customization in this game, so if you don't like it, you just create your own better gun. I mean, come on. Do you even trash the game for showing a different gun you don't like? Come on.
no recoil, barely any sway. The shooting has barely any impact on the target. It looks generic as hell. Who are they fooling? It looks
They're fooling you. I don't know.
so bad, man. And I'm looking at people in these YouTube comments of these trailers, hyping the game up, calling it, next game of the year, the next big Elder Scrolls type game. What the fuck are you guys looking at?
This dude is funny though. It's funny as hell.
Don't get me wrong. I love when people find games that they think look cool and they can put tons of hours into. But
Bro, this is not just another game, man. This is most likely one of the best games this generation, at least on Xbox. If you agree, man. At least on Xbox, this game is one of the best ones.
how are you with a straight face gonna drop $70 on this?
Well, if you do own Game Pass, if you have Xbox Game Pass subscription, you just pay around €30, $30 for the premium edition. So it's not gonna be that expensive. And I think $70 for a game like this, if you do want to buy the disc version, it's not that much. This game is huge, man, huge. Like you said yourself, 1,000 planets, and We have like six major cities. The major city, New Atlantis alone, is like a big open world game. So I think it's worth it. But continue, man.
Look at this, bro. I don't even need to do any more explaining. We're moving on from the combat because it just makes me want to end the fucking video here. I'm 200% sure the game is going to be unoptimized. They confirmed as early as last week that the Xbox Series X is going to be capped to 30 frames per second.
Yeah, I do agree with him with this one. I hate that the game is 30 frames per second. I hope for 60 frames per second, but there's a lot of videos about this, especially the one from Digital Foundry, and they have explained it. They have to track all the objects in the game, and this is a major problem uh, when porting this game from PC to Xbox Series X and S. It's gonna be destroying the consoles. The consoles will explode if they have to track all the objects in the entire game. So this is one of the reasons that they have locked it on 30 frames per second. And to be perfectly honest, I play most of my games in 30 frames per second. In some of the games, like racing games and shooting games, 60 frames per second does make sense. But it's not gonna be a major problem for me, man. I don't have a $5,000 PC. I have the Xbox Series X and S. I've chosen for these consoles, or in case of Nintendo Switch or PlayStation 5. I do choose consoles to play on TV and not the best maximum settings. If you do want the best and maximum performance and settings, you buy a game PC. That's it.
Your next gen console that you paid $650 for can't run it. And we should all
650. Come on, man. I just bought a couple of months ago. Just bought the Xbox Series S for my younger son for €200. So, and it
be
runs
worried about.
most of the modern games. It runs all the games. Just did a Resident Evil 4 remake video. It runs perfectly on the S. I don't even see much difference between the X and S. I have both gameplay uploads of the demo. I don't see much difference, man. I even had a discussion on Twitter with some of my friends. Some of them had to point out the differences because I clearly couldn't see the difference in the beginning. There's some better texture quality on the X.
That because you know if it's locked to 30 on Xbox. I hope you guys bought a 4090 recently because there's no fucking way you're playing this game without it. Now let me just not be a complete degenerate, okay? Starfield has some quality features. At least that's what we think right now. Graphics are decent, and there seems to be a decent amount of story and side quest content. Also, it's a Bethesda game, so you can probably pick up and interact with everything in the world. And I'm sure that there's tons of secrets hidden in the game for people to discover. But let me ask you something. What is this game offering that No Man's Sky isn't?
Well, to to start with, this game does look a lot more realistic than No Man's Sky. I've played both games. Secondly, there's a lot more dialogue. There's a lot more story in this game, which I do think it's important. And three, I think this game does offer a lot better living worlds. So you have dinosaurs. I've played No Man's Sky, but it's like it all looks so generic, man. And in this game, Starfield, all these planets that they have focused on do have a lot better living worlds. These cities they have created, the major six major cities, New Atlantis. There's the planets like Mars with the missions there and underground bases. So it is a lot more interesting than No Man's Sky, and you can steal ships, you can live in the ships, you can work, you can have a living, raise a family. There's a lot more interesting stuff in this game. So that's already three major things I pointed out already on the top of my head, bro.
Because before this video, I actually tried to sit down and figure it out. I mean, when you put them next to each other, you actually realize No Man's Sky has way more to offer than Starfield. I mean, They recently revealed this outpost system, which is apparently a pretty big part of the late game, but it also looks like a straight copy and paste of Fallout 4's outpost system, which for me didn't hit the spot, and
So why is that a problem, man? I love Fallout 4.
I barely used it due to the generic nature of how the NPCs acted and its lack of utility in the game. It doesn't
Man, this looks gorgeous, man. Looks beautiful. Why is this a bad thing? I don't
look
know.
like this has too many extra additions to the system besides being able to mine resources passively. When I see Starfield, when I look at it, I'm not seeing Bethesda pushing the limits in any way. This game
What? To be honest, this is one of the best Bethesda games I've seen so far when it comes to the graphics. So I don't know what you are talking about, man. Even the South Digital Foundry talking about this. They have a lot better colors and textures, and I don't know, man. It's just I don't feel the same way about it. I think it looks great.
looks like a clash of No Man's Sky and Star Citizen, which could be a good thing, but the difference is those games are both multiplayers.
The difference is Star Citizen is full of bugs. I think they did the update where they broke the whole game. I think it was the same kind of tracking engine, and they just destroyed the whole game. So that's the one difference already. And the story in No Man's Sky is kind of boring. I've played it, so I think I can say that. That would be fair. I think it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring, but let's just continue.
So it doesn't have anything that stands out that differently from those games. So when I'm seeing gameplay, I'm just like, meh. I'd rather be Dragonborn fighting mythical creatures and shit than shooting robots in space with a laser rifle.
So yeah, that's your preference, my brother. If you don't want to play this game, if you don't want to play this amazing sci-fi game, for me, I'm a sci-fi freak, so I love this game. But if you don't want it and want to play the ancient story games they've made, just play the Elder Scroll Online or TES, Skyrim, Oblivion, whatever you want. No one is asking you, forcing you to play it. You can play The Witcher 3, which I always also played, Wild Hunt. It's amazing, but you're not forced to play it. And these developers have the right to create other content, other games besides ancient history kind of story games.
The exploration is clearly mindless and limited, and the combat has absolutely no charm for anyone. What is this game offering that is different or new? Game comes out in 3 months and I can't answer that question. And guess what? Neither can you. I don't mean to hate, but this is going to be a flop of a game.
Oh, bro, this game has shown so much footage. In one of the footages, the game looks like Red Dead Redemption 2. One of the other segments they show, I think it's Neon City. It looks like Cyberpunk 2077. This game has like 6 major cities. I might repeat this over and over again, but these major cities, and they have a lot more other cities and planets as well. But these cities alone make the game worth it. But how can you say that with a straight face, man? Just the footage in your background, it's like looks like Red Dead Redemption. So
Okay, but as always, only time
I don't know, man. This guy
of how the
must be
NPCs act.
joking.
Robots in space with a laser rifle. The exploration is clearly mindless and limited, and the combat has absolutely no charm for anyone. What is this game offering that is different or new? Game comes out in 3 months and I can't answer that question. And guess what? Neither can you.
How can he say that with a straight face, man? How can he say that? How is this not a joke? I think he's just trying to gain more views. He has made this clickbait title, so Starfield is already doomed. Okay, we're gonna find out in a week or two, I guess.
I don't mean to hate, but this is going to be a flop of a game, okay?
But of course, I respect his opinion if it's honest. He has a right to think that, but
As always,
I don't
only
agree
time
with
can
him.
tell. Guys, I hope you
Look at this, man. This game already looks amazing.
did enjoy this video about Starfield. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Tell me what you think the game's outlook is going to be when it releases. Without further ado, guys, I'm Treyllo. As always, I'll see y'all in the next one.
So, like I said, I don't agree with him. He has a right to think all this. We're gonna find out, of course, and maybe Starfield will release with a lot of problem with bugs. Most Bethesda games launch with bugs. So, like I said, I don't agree with him. I think this game is gonna be one of the best games on Xbox, without a doubt. Maybe even one of the better games this generation. Some even say this is gonna be a generation-defining game because it's open universe and it has more than 1,000 planets, and the cities they've included in the game, the six major cities, do offer a lot of content, a lot of stories, side missions, especially New Atlantis. And I just don't agree with him. I can't agree with him, but I respect his opinion if he's honest about this. So let me know what you think about this. What are you excited about Starfield? What do you think about this video? Is he right? Is Starfield going to be doomed? Is Bethesda gonna fail with this game? I don't think so. If you like content like this, hit the like button and subscribe for more. See you in the next video. Bye.